Welcome to the Malted Minis, brought to you by the Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
And that's
Nobody
it.
Else.
Man, I had big plans for this. Well, not big plans, but I had a really good idea. Do you hear a little crackling by any chance right away while we're recording?
Not right now.
Huh? Is it just me when I talk? Anyway, I felt like I had a really good idea for this episode, but unfortunately, things changed, and we're gonna have to do it another time. But I'm happy. I'm always happy when you and I get to do these malted minis because it's always just kind of like it reminds me of COVID times.
How ironic.
Yeah, weird. I don't have COVID, by the way, but COVID is preventing us from doing what we wanted to do, but that's okay. And Brand doesn't have COVID either. We doing these are always a lot of fun because I feel like it really kind of encompasses what you and I have always like wanted to do with this show about like just hanging out and having a beer. And I feel like this is kind of what it feels like. Like this is a great way of doing it. Like I really like doing the malted minis with you. It's a lot of fun, especially when you and I don't have the same beer because we both get a chance to like talk about these beers. And I feel like I definitely get hyped up about the beers that you're drinking. So I always get excited about what you have. And I'm pretty sure I figured out what you're drinking because I saw your glass. So I can't wait to come by soon. Other than that, how you doing, Brandon?
I'm good. Tired. It seems like it's been a long week, and like work today, I was literally like on meetings nonstop. So yeah, and then I hopped off that. Finally mowed the lawn after a while. Been like neglecting that.
Gotta get to it, baby.
Like I was planning it. Like I wanted to grill today. I grilled yesterday, and I was gonna grill. And then I told Beck I was like, I'm not gonna have time. And she's like, isn't there leftover pizza? I was like, oh yeah, we'll just have leftover pizza.
I like when that happens. There's plenty of times where I'm like, I'm grilling some night, it's gonna be great, and I get home like I'm not feeling it, and there happens to be something that's like either easy to make or a delicious leftover ready to go.
Yeah, and fortunately we had some leftover Little Caesars pizza that
Benjamin
demanded the other day.
Now, how do you reheat your Little Caesars pizza?
I put it in our toaster oven on the pizza setting.
There you go. There is no other way. I mean, the only other way I should say is an air fryer. Like reheated Little Caesar, like number one, Little Caesars pizza, not that great, but okay in a pinch.
For the price too.
I mean, of course. I mean, my daughter loves Little Caesars pizza. We've had it way too many more times than I'm embarrassed to admit how many times we've had it. But I've learned that either in the air fryer or like you said, like, in a toaster oven or something, or in the like under the broiler or whatever, that's the only way you can do it. If you microwave pizza like that, it's just so like bland.
Yeah.
It like sucks. It's soggy. And that's kind of like I don't mind reheating tavern style cut pizza in the microwave. I know what I'm getting. It's a soggy, cheesy, sometimes meaty piece of pizza, and you can eat it with like a fork. It kind of becomes almost like soupy. That's fine. But toaster oven, broiler, air fryer, that's the way to reheat pizza.
Yeah, and it kind of works out that our toaster oven is also our air fryer. So it's like I think I've done the air fryer setting before. And it comes out pretty similar. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use the button that says pizza and just roll with it. So.
Oh, nice. I reheated some Lou Malnati's recently, the deep dish Lou Malnati's pizza here in Chicago. And the best part about it is that it made the bottom of the crust like extra crispy.
Ooh.
And then like the sauce is on top of that pizza and then cheese underneath. But that nice buttery crust got real crispy. It was very different. It wasn't like any other time I've had Lou Malnati, so I kind of like that. We don't normally do their thin crust unless Mackenzie wants to. Oh man, Aggie has joined the video. You guys can't see this. It's okay. She's
being extra Aggie.
Extra Aggie. That's okay. But anyways, yeah. So it sounds like my week too, man. My week has been busy. We're doing a bunch of crap at work. A lot of side stuff because our other two factories shut down. So it's just been busy doing a whole bunch of crap. And I went to bed fairly early last night. It was tough to get up, man. It was a tough day at work. I was just kind of tired. And now here I am. A bunch of people walking around upstairs in my house right now.
Are you going to work tomorrow?
I am. I got the okay, and so I got a test when I get there. I don't have any symptoms.
When did your mom get in? Yesterday?
Yeah. Yes, she got in yesterday, and so, anyways, my mom has COVID. Uh, yeah, and she had symptoms of what seemed like a cold or allergies starting on Sunday, and that's how it's continued. And I jokingly yesterday said, "You've got COVID," and then we all kind of stopped and we were like, we should probably make sure you get tested. She did, tested twice. She got COVID. Her husband does not. My stepdad does not have COVID. We so far do not have COVID, but we had something planned for Saturday. Have some people over, and we decided to cancel that, which is for the best, you know. So that's why it kind of feels like a COVID episode. But I did message the big bosses, and they said, "Come on in, test yourself. Test yourself if you have symptoms for sure." But if I mean, I'm not going to start showing symptoms yet. But if I test and there's any sign of it, then I'm going to go home. And if not,
Yeah.
then I'm at work wearing a mask, baby, and everybody already knows that that's what's going on. So keeping my distance. That's what's great about the warehouse. There's plenty of space between all of us.
Fun times, fun times.
Absolutely. But yeah, other than that, that's all that's going on. So we're doing a malted minis here. Brandon and I have two separate beers. I told him what mine was, and then I figured out what his was. Brandon, why don't you talk about your beer first?
It's funny because I forgot what you said yours was. So
that's all right. I'll bring it back up. Trust me.
I am drinking Old Irving Brewing's Cushy Berry, a fruited sour ale. It's a kettle-sour ale brewed with strawberry and raspberries and hopped with Hallertau Blanc.
I don't think I've had this one. I think we've talked about some of their cushy beers. I really enjoy kettle sours. I've done kettle sours. Kettle sours has that type of tart, straightforward sourness that I like in sour beers, and that's it. I don't really get like heartburn from them. It's not cheating. There's a lot that goes into it. There's still a bunch of science, but it's an easier way to sour a beer, and they do a great job with their Cushy series.
Yeah, this I think last year was the first time I had this, and this is more like these types of beers are really up my wife's alley. But I've never, of all the beers that I've gotten to have on tap, I have not had this one, or I haven't had a sour either. So I was looking for something a little more refreshing, but still.
When you say on tap, you mean on tap at your house?
Oh yeah. So yes, I went today to Old Irving and picked up a freshly kegged keg of this. So I've got a 6 still on tap, and it is pouring great. That's what took me.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
We're so polite to each other. No, please go ahead.
I was gonna say it took me a minute to get on because I came down and then I realized I didn't drain the cleaner out yet, so I had to clean the line and finish cleaning the line.
Wait, you clean your keezer? That's crazy, dude. I've never.
Yeah. So I had beer line cleaner in there, and I flushed that out as quickly as possible, and then ran some of the beer through it, and then some Star Sand, and then some beer, and then poured it, and it poured out perfectly, which I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, the good news is that I am still willing at some point. I think on Sunday I'll come drop off your other connections so you can have the other beer that you have to put on tap. So we can do that. And in exchange, I will wait outside patiently for a growler of Oni.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Can do that. Can definitely do that.
Oh, God, I was so looking forward to that. So the only Cushy that I think I've had two of their Cushies before. I know I've had the blueberry one. The blueberry one is very tasty.
Yeah.
You had recommended that to me because I think you and Becca both had it.
Yep.
It was awesome. It's so good. And then I think the other one I had was maybe just like a straight up strawberry one.
So looking at the list of the ones that they have Cushy Black Cherry, Cushy Blood Orange, Cushy Berry, which is what we're drinking right now, Cushy Island, Cushy Mango Peach, and Cushy Blues.
Yeah, Cushy Blues was the one that I had. I don't know if I had any other Cushies. I'm going to look it up right now. And just a heads up for everybody, as I'm recording right now, I am hearing like some type of background, like I don't know, fuzziness. So if it's in the recording, I'm sorry, but if not, hey, that's just me sounding crazy. I have had Cushy Blood Orange, and I had it twice, and I had it in 2021, and I had it in 2021 twice. Looks like I liked it. Oh, I had Cushy Berry before. I gave it in 2022, I gave it a 3.5. That's when I was being more realistic, I think, about my check-ins. And then Cushy Blues, yeah, I gave that a 4.25. What do you think about this one, man?
I like it, man. It's tart. I'm getting the fruit, and the fruit.
And the fruit's getting you.
Is it? Yeah. What is this? Raspberry and something else?
Yeah, you had just said, like, I think strawberry's involved with that too.
I believe so. Yeah, strawberry and raspberry plays really well together. It's not overly hoppy. It's not overly bitter. It's really nice and smooth and light bodied. I wouldn't have guessed that this is 6%, but
wow,
it is
I didn't
fantastic.
know that. I didn't know that. I wonder if I'm gonna pull it back up. I wonder if all their cushies are that much. Yeah, it looks like it's the base. I am not sure how they flavor it, but it looks like all of the cushies are 6%. I have not tried the one I really would love to try is the Cushy Black Cherry, and we'll have to talk to Matthew about that because Cushy Black Cherry sounds really good. But yeah, the Cushy Berry, yeah, strawberry and raspberry, and hopped with the Hallertau Blanc, which is and it says in the description, Cushy is our series of easy drinking fruited sour ales brewed with slightly tart and sweet, ultimately refreshing. Each beer is blended with real fruit juice concentrates, giving a distinct color and flavor. Did we mention this was Old Irving?
I did. I believe so.
Good. If not, that's what it is. Yeah, their kettle sours are good. It reminds me of an easy drinking like the Freedom series from Revolution. Their kettle sours there. I'm almost 100% positive that the Revolution Brewing Freedom beers are kettle sour. I'm not 100% sure. I was saying that so I can look. I'm looking at it right now, but that's what it reminds me of because it's so like it's easy drinking and kettle sours to me like that's what I want from them. That's why I go for kettle sours because they're not abrasive. It's that nice little bit of tartness that just kind of makes it super refreshing and that fruit flavor. And they use Old Irving used the concentrates. They, as we know from other beers we have from them, use really good, top quality ingredients. So those concentrates are fantastic. It's really, really good.
Yeah, I almost went with instead of drinking this, went with a different kind of Helles.
From Old Irving?
Yeah.
Did you only get one beer of that?
No.
Can I have one of those too?
Yeah. He gave me, so he pulled out a 6-pack, and then me and him both had one. So we sat there and I talked to him for a while, and then he just gave me the rest of the 4-pack. So,
I mean, I want to go and buy it as well, but I also just want to drink it now, and I'm not trying to go to any stores as of right now. I'm trying to stay.
It is that one was super fucking tasty too. For a Helles, like really light bodied. It's a pre-prohibition corn based beer, and it was. I think you'll like it. With your newfound love of lagers, I think that can fit into your world.
I was gonna say, like, Helles, as everybody knows, the Helles lager is, other than dark lagers, is really like, I love Helles lagers. They're so tasty, and like to me, they're the most refreshing. Which one is this? This is Blood. Yeah, this is Bloodletter, right?
Yep.
I don't know.
Well, Bloodletter is
that's the IP. That's a red one.
No, well, Bloodletter is what they did the collab with. Bloodletter is the band, I believe.
Well, before we, let me go to their website because they do have one called Bloodletter, which is a red IPA. This is not the same as what we're talking about because this is a collaboration with a band, which is super cool. And let's
Yeah,
see.
the band is Bloodletter.
Okay, so is this a different kind of Helles? That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, different kind
So
of
yeah,
Helles.
a different kind of Helles, light lager, brewed with lager grain bill, including torrefied maize and lightly hopped with noble hop Saz. Collab with Chicago metal band Bloodletter. So this is, I think this might be their second collaboration with them. I need to start listening to these guys because the fucking artwork is amazing.
Yeah, and it comes in 12-ounce cans, which
is super cool. Yeah, I'm excited to try that. I will buy some, but I want some from you for free first.
Yeah, I was talking to Matt about it, or Matthew about it, and then we were talking about how they got their canning set up to do 12-ounce cans. And I just casually said, I wonder if you'd ever do like Krampus in a 12-ounce can. And he had mentioned like they had even talked about doing 8-ounce cans of Krampus.
Wow. I think 12-ounce cans would be super. I mean, I like the 16-ounce idea. It's especially around the holidays when you have that. Like, it's a nice, long, like drinking experience. In fact, Clark just recently checked into Krampus in the Buff, mentioning how delicious it is. So I'm pretty jealous about that. Man, I really hope this scratching. I think the scratchiness is coming from my microphone. I really hope it doesn't record.
I haven't been hearing it.
All right. Well, I can hear it on my side, so hopefully that's not the case. What the hell are we talking about? I also got a text message pop up. Sorry. Yeah, Clark just recently got 17 minutes. Remember to make a little edit. I won't remember that. Yeah, Clark had just recently had Krampus in the Buff, and like having a 12-ounce can of that would be awesome. I mean, the 16-ounce is really nice to just kind of sit there and sip on, but splitting it,
and it's nice when you're sharing, like
absolutely. But a 12-ounce, split is kind of nice too, especially when we're recording to do like 6 ounces each and just between you and I and be like, all right, cool, we can have another one. And now we've had one full barrel aged beer.
Yeah.
Well, how many? Sorry, I don't know if you want to talk about the beer anymore. I was going to ask you to rate it right now, if that's okay.
Oh, I can go ahead and do that.
How many schnozberries would you give this beer?
4.5, 4.25, 4.5, roughly.
Nice. That seems fair.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because of how fresh it is in the keg. I feel like this tastes a lot, and maybe because it's being poured from freshly cleaned lines. I don't know. Not saying that Old Irving doesn't clean their lines, but like literally, this was the first thing that came out of it.
Oh shit!
This is the first thing that came off like right after I cleaned the line, and it tastes better than I remember it, like having it at Old Irving. And I'm super glad that I got this.
I was surprised because you were telling me so many, like you asked me, or at least you told me what the options were, and I went like with Goat Destroyer, which is their Maibach, which having that on tap sounds cool in theory.
Yeah,
but also it's a great beer. I love that beer, but I mean, I don't know if you're necessarily going back to have like 2 Maibachs back to back, unless you're like, hey man, it's Saturday, just hanging out. And then you've had Della before on tap, which is their Kolsch, which is very good. Beezer you've had on tap, which is their Hazy IPA, also very good. Was there something else? And that was Cushy, just Cushy then, right?
Oni.
Doji.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Cushy was the right choice. I'm looking forward to having some fresh Cushy from your basement, man, or from the studios.
Hey, when you come to watch the Cats, you'll have 2 Old Irving options on tap.
Laura's gonna have some issues when I'm coming home from feeding your cats because it'll be hours, and I'll just play your Star Wars game. I'll start a new game because you've got the new Xbox, and I'll be like, yes, I got to beat this game in a week while you guys are gone. And then I'll just sit around and drink Kush. I'll probably sleep in the basement. I'll just spend the night. Be like, look, it makes more sense for me to be closer. They would. It'd be fantastic. That's awesome, man. Good choice. I also went with a local beer, a beer that I have. I don't even know if I checked this in, but I have bought it randomly, and I've bought it a lot because it is a very easy drinking hazy IPA. It's Half Acre's WayBird, which is a hazy IPA, and I'll go ahead and read the description.
I don't know if I've had that.
Get it. or if I have one left, I'll bring it over in exchange for the not your average Hellas. WayBird is where you want Hazy IPA to live. Rooted in El Dorado and HBC 586, heavy waft citrus and stone fruit, just enough bitterness to keep it grounded in the Half Acre flavor realm. Big mouthfeel, easy drinking, and clean IPA for your friends. Oh, from your friends on Balmoral Avenue. That's their other. Well, not the other. That's their only location now. It's year round, 6.5%. It comes in a 12 ounce 12 pack and 16 ounce 4 packs, and it's on draft. As far as
you have checked this in before too, by the way.
You have, or I have?
You have.
What did I give it?
Let's not say that. Let's see what you end up rating.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I've definitely, like I said, I've had it. It's kind of become my. There's a couple IPAs locally that I've kind of just been like, man, this is my jam. And WayBird has become that beer where I don't check it in because like it's just become my at home beer. I don't need to check it in all the time. And I was lucky enough 2 weekends ago when I was working Square Roots Fest when they blew through two other God, I can't remember what the other two beers were that we had on tap from Half Acre, but Vallejo and WayBird were the other two beers we ended up replacing it with. So we had an IPA and a hazy IPA, and I was so excited because WayBird is very good. WayBird to me is almost like I know it's 6.5%, but it really comes off as like a sessionable hazy IPA. There's nothing offensive about it. There's a bit of sweetness. There's a bit of bitterness. There's a nice mouthfeel. It's light. It's not heavy. You know what I like about hazy IPAs when I burp? I get like a nice like hop flavor. There's like the citrus or piney or whatever, like fruitiness. Like that to me is a really good, like to me, that's a great sign of a hazy IPA. I had a hazy IPA the other night that I got from Beer on the Wall. I bought it because of the label. So it was a tribute to MF Doom. And it smelled great, but it was very bitter. Like it wasn't, it looked great, smelled great. The fruitiness on it was really good, but there was no sweetness to help balance out the bitterness. And when I think of hazy IPAs, I think of like a smooth, velvety mouthfeel that has like a bit of sweetness and fruitiness to it.
Okay.
And a touch of like hoppiness to it. Like there's Hop Butcher beers that I like because they've mastered that, but then there's some of those Hop Butcher like hazy IPAs that are just like too much of that hop bitterness that it becomes like it's a green like I don't know, just like you're chewing on a hop, and sometimes that happens. But WayBird to me is probably like the fact that they mass produce this here in Chicago, and I don't know if it's distributed anyplace else, but it's the 12 ounce cans and the 12 pack and the 16 ounce 4 packs, and it's on draft. Like such a great job on this beer. I think for people who are on the fence about hazy beers and because it might lean too much on the fruitiness, but you also are looking for like maybe like more beer flavor. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It really is. I'm kind of like, what was the barrel age? I give you that barrel aged barley wine. Remember from Pipeworks?
Oh yeah.
Did you end up drinking that yet?
No.
God damn it, man! Yeah, we gotta. That should have been your recording tonight because I need your feedback on that. Everybody wants to know what Brandon's feedback is. I kind of feel the same way about this beer. I really like it. It's really tasty. It's super refreshing. It's just easy to drink through. I mean, I drank through half of it. I poured it before we started.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned once you mentioned Square Roots. I think this might have been where I had it. I think that's where.
Did I give you some WayBird? I think yeah. That because I worked one day. That was around the time. I think WayBird might have been the last beer that I gave you.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of citrus. I really enjoy I like hazy IPAs that focus more on the citrus. Stone fruit is great too, but like the citrus hazy IPAs, I really like. Not the pithy, but like this like. Kind of reminds you of like orange juice or lime or lemon, but like zesty with like just a hint of bitterness. But this is it's refreshing. It's a really refreshing beer. Some hazy IPAs can be very heavy and just kind of bog you down. But this is like a solid beer, better than some of the bigger quote unquote hazy IPAs that are mass produced. And this is great. I hope everybody gets to try this beer. It's very good, and it's an actual hazy IPA. You can't see through it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think as I get more and more into hazies, I'm kind of in the camp of the citrus stuff, and I'm a I love orange juice, so having things that are like reminiscent of that um, definitely is appealing. And if I remember correctly, that's what I enjoyed most about that beer when I had it. So good choice.
I think it would be fun to do. Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
cut
that's
you off
okay.
there. I think it'd be fun to do because Clark is also. I think Clark and I are both on the same page as far as hazy IPAs go. That it would be fun for Clark and I to put together a tasting of hazy IPAs for you, to see like if we can find ones that like you really like. You know what I mean? Like
Huh?
just like seriously based off of what you just said. And I kind of have an idea of like, I mean, you and I definitely know what kind of beers we like. We've talked about it for years now. We know what our
Yeah.
favorite types of beers are. And it'd be fun for you to do vice versa. If like, you are a bigger Belgian beer drinker than I am, but you know about the things that I like. So it'd be cool for you to like, put together some like certain Belgian beers for me to drink that you think I'd really like.
Oh, curate some episodes.
Hazy versus Belgian.
Ooh.
Not versus, but hazy and Belgian. Ooh, a hazy Belgian IPA. No, that's a pass.
So okay, without you checking, I have your previous check-in that you have in there. So if you could, how many uh, how many Lake Michigan seagulls would you give this?
I'm glad you went with that. I was going to say bird shits. I'm going 4.25 to 4.3.
Okay,
What did I give it on Untapped?
4.25.
Yeah, see, I mean and that's as much as beers I really like. I give a 4 because I feel like, oh, I really like this. I'll drink it again. When I get past 4, that's like serious for me because 3.5 is like it's a good beer. I drink it. I'm trying to be more realistic about that. That is for sure a 4.25 because I really do like this beer at 6%. Even like you could really drink this like on a hot day and not feel like bogged down by it just as much as you're drinking that Cushy. You know what I mean? You went in
Yep.
between these two. It's fantastic.
I mean, having it at a packed festival,
Yeah.
um, it was pleasant to drink. So I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
and I feel like it hits everything that you'd want from like a regular IPA, or if you want like a fruity beer, or it's not something that's overly abrasive when it comes to a hazy IPA. They nailed this, and Half Acre really nails a lot of their stuff. So very happy with this beer.
That they do. Sweet. Um,
Sorry, I had to mute the mic to burp a bunch.
yeah, I was gonna say you had another option that you were gonna go with. What was that?
Oh, fuck. Which hold on, give me 1 second. I know what it is. If I can type, because I do really like these. It is, and if I'm not mistaken, oh, God, why doesn't the fucking website
City
work?
Water Seltzer.
Yeah, and that is by the brewery is Solemn Oath. That is
Oh
theirs,
yeah.
by the way. And I was turned on by them because they did a collaboration with Run the Jewels. They did a pink lemonade hard seltzer, which was delicious. And I've gotten their mix pack before. I had my favorite is it's an orange. I don't know if it's like mandarin orange or
Ooh.
Valencia orange and cranberry, which is very good. But the other one that I have is just like straight up lime, if I'm not mistaken. It reminds me of like having a regular like carbonated water with a touch of lime. Like
Okay.
it's dangerous if you're gonna sit there and drink it, but if you have it in your head, like there is alcohol in this, so just sit there and enjoy it and drink it. But it's one of the best seltzers that I've ever had. They do a phenomenal job. The pink lemonade one with Run the Jewels is so fucking good, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it because there haven't been too many hard seltzers that I have tried, and then like there's even less of that I actually enjoyed. So,
do you like regular carbonated water in general?
I do.
Okay, I feel like this would be more up your alley for sure, because it does come off like you like went to the grocery store to get like, oh, it's a lime flavored carbonated water. There isn't that boozy like I don't know how to, like a fake flavor. Like I feel like really good carbonated water is just like, here's that like carbonated water with carbonation in it, and then here's a flavor, and it's nice and it's good because it's water. That's what this kind of gives. That's what this kind of gives off without there being like, and there's like this weird aftertaste. Oh yeah, that's alcohol, but that's not it.
That's good, because that would not be appealing.
All right,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, because like the carbonated water thing in general, like that's like my when I do dry January, normally I put water on tap and just have carbonated water in the basement and just drink that.
I need to get back to just having that, because I keep buying like 8-packs and 12-packs of different carbonated water. I really do love carbonated water. Sometimes it helps me wake up in the morning. Sometimes it's a great if I'm feeling hungry at work and I like grab one of those, and it satisfies I want a snack of shitty food that co-workers have lying around for me to eat. But yeah, I love it, man. I love carbonated water.
It fills you up with carbonation.
Exactly. It's like Willy Wonka. You know what I mean? Like just putting those bubbles in me, baby. I still think we need to do a carbonated water episode, our hard seltzer. We'll see what I got left by the time Sunday rolls around, because I still am going to hang out on Saturday. If I got a WayBird and this hard seltzer, I'm bringing it over to you. If not, next time I get them, I'll make sure to save them for you. But definitely try City Water, man. City Water is super, super tasty. Good
Noted.
All right. Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say right away. I was going to say something and then it just...
Was it something cool?
No, I think I was going to ask you about Saturday. Like if you guys...
What are my plans now?
Yeah. Y'all just going to chill in the yard?
Yeah. So we're going to hang out in the yard, and we're just going to kind of keep our distance. We are kind of self-isolating on different floors and different rooms here. I did have the idea, because I've got I realized that I have all these like frozen jalapenos from last year that are in like a air like tight vacuum sealed bag, that I was like, oh, what I should do is smoke them to like make chipotles, then dry them out and add them to like a homemade adobo sauce. Of course you're going to get some of those, because Brandon, by the way, the people I've been sharing your jerky with at work, they said, when are you getting more? And I said, what I need to do is either buy the meat or supply ideas and ingredients so that we can make that happen, because your last two batches went real fast. The mango habanero and the brisket with the scorpion?
Carolina Reaper.
So I figured, why don't I make some chipotle peppers and adobo sauce, give you some, so you can maybe use that as a marinade for some of the meat, because that'd be fun, because it'd be smoky, not too much heat. But yeah, I think we're just going to hang out. I just pulled out some ribs from the freezer. I'm going to defrost those, maybe throw those on the smoker, and just kind of keep it low key at home and hang out in front of the house, but not come in contact with anybody, because
put a gate up around.
Don't come to us.
Stay away.
So we'll do a makeup family and friends and kids party in August.
Speaking of ribs, I realized I was going through the freezer today. I'm like, I've got like there's 5 frozen slabs of ribs down here.
Me too.
And then another one that's not frozen that's in the fridge upstairs. Actually, then it would be 6, because I do also have a slab of St. Louis style ribs.
Yeah, dude. You know what you need to do with St. Louis? If you don't want to throw them on the grill, throw them in the pressure cooker, and then make like a nice like teriyaki type sauce and throw them in the broiler.
Ooh.
Asian style St. Louis ribs are fantastic. But yes, I'm with you. I've got I think I have the same amount of ribs. So I figured, you know what? They're here. Let me throw it on the smoker and do the 3-2-1 method for the first time, and we'll see what happens. Because I got all day. You know what I mean? I got it all day. Like I said, I might stop by your house tomorrow with some of these beers. I want that growler of Oni. and I want to try the Helles. But yeah, man, this was great. A lot of fun always doing these Malted minis with you. Good choice in beer. We both chose local again, and I look forward to doing this again with you soon, buddy.
Yeah, not bad for a 35-minute mini episode.
That's pretty good. I mean, guys, sometimes we do like 10 minutes, and when we got those 8 minutes episodes, I'm embarrassed. I feel so bad. Like, I don't know how many of you are actually like, I can't wait to hear what these guys have to say. What stupid shit are they going to say this week? Well, now you guys got almost pretty much like a full episode. But thank you, everybody, for listening, subscribing, liking, commenting. We appreciate it. We have merch in the store if you guys want shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs. Is that what we got? Those are 3 things?
I think so.
Yeah.
Have to add some more stuff on there.
We're working on some other stuff too, so there might be some things in the future, but we appreciate everybody for listening and continuing to support us. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I speak on behalf of those other guys that are occasionally on the show. Dan's streak has come to an end because we didn't invite him. I did invite Clark, but he was busy tonight. But Clark's return is coming. It's imminent.
Yeah,
I can feel it.
This was very last minute scheduled anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, really, we could record a couple more this weekend. Just go throw that out there.
Yeah. See how it goes.
Plenty of random shit. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all 3. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.